now some way adrift of the front-running trio.
From the dead.
Albert Cabastan straight up and onto the section. No mistakes and without dropping the mark there. And a great start to the section for Albert Cabastan. It's been a good performance tonight. He's disappointed those who have got to that 5 in section 4. And up till that point he was right in contention with Tony Bow for the victory. Alone, some way clear of Alan Raga, who has now pulled himself back into contention for second place. Bow leading at rate 4 over Raga and Cabastan, so far faultless in this section 5. Albert Cabastan guaranteed at least third if he can become the first rider to go clean through this section, which he does. Guarantee a place on the podium, Albert Cabastan. Jerome Fajardo will have to hope for a real slip-up now from Alan Raga if he's going to make it into the top 3. Because Raga will also be guaranteed at least third if he can match Albert Cabastan and run clean here. Desperately needs to get the better of Cabastan and can't afford any other rider between himself and Tony Bow in the overall standings tonight. Would give Bow too great a lead going into the final round of the campaign. So far so good for Alan Raga, matching Albert Cabastan through this section. Both riders come through clean then, and both remain on 12 with just one high pressure section still remaining. He's going to go down to the wire in that battle. Tony Bow can secure his place on the podium as long as he doesn't fail this section. Realistically, he's just looking at trying to maintain that 4-mark margin to take with him into the challenging section 6. Bow with just one failed section so far. Cabastan and Raga have each failed 2. That's the reason for Bow's advantage that sits at 4 marks.
We're back from the dead.
Through section 5. Raga and Cabastan have both completed it clean before him. Having watched Jerome Fajardo struggle at the start of the section. And Fajardo is now resigned to 4th position.
Back from the dead.
Tony Bow comes through then, clean on section 5. And maintains that 4-mark advantage. So it is going to be a high pressure last section because any of 3 riders can take the victory here tonight. The second wood-built section, the signature hazard of the Austrian X-Trial. Riders have to go up both sides of this 9-step staircase. Steps are taller on the right-hand side of the section. And time is going to be a major factor as well. Just making it to the finish will be a big enough challenge, let alone doing so within the 60 seconds that are allocated to the riders. Fajardo coming back down then, now has to tackle the harder obstacle of this section 6, the right-hand side of the staircase with its 3 very steep steps, starting with the tallest. Fajardo gets the sump up onto the crest of the step but is unable to reach forward, and it's a 5 for Jerome Fajardo. He was already resigned to 4th position anyway, 6 marks back from Cabastan and Raga. Just unable to put a fine point onto his night. Now sits 11 marks back. It's a rather emphatically taken 4th position for Jerome Fajardo. He only narrowly made it into the final itself, and he's been some way adrift of both Raga and Cabastan. 4 failed sections from 6 for Jerome Fajardo. Just 7 marks salvaged here today. Albert Cabastan next up. Guaranteed at least 3rd position already, but tied with Adam Raga. Needs to score as few marks as possible in the hope of returning to 2nd place in the final section. Now this is where Jerome Fajardo fell back to a 5. Can Albert Cabastan avoid the same fate? You can see the tyre tracks where Jerome Fajardo tried to make it up and slid backwards. Albert Cabastan gets his front wheel up, he's over. Great work from Albert Cabastan. Demonstrating once again his technical ability and experience. Time elapsing on section 6. Under some pressure, Albert Cabastan falls back. This was one of the toughest sections last year, and it's proving so again in 2016. Adam Raga with a golden opportunity. In terms of remaining of just 1 mark. That's going to be tough. In the battle for second with Albert Cabestan, anything other than a 5-mark score will secure the place. Of course, if he does score a 5, the last 2 podium positions will go to a tie-break. And the tie-break here tonight will be a deciding double-lane race. Raga hoping that he won't need that to separate himself from Cabestan. Throwing a mark, making it to the top of the first half of this section. The second half has been the tougher for the riders so far. Fajardo and Cabestan both failing to make it through. Raga already with 1 mark to his name. He'll lose another on time as well at a bare minimum. Up the first step. The second step with basically no run-up posed great difficulty for Albert Cabestan, who failed to make it up. Raga with an opportunity to move ahead and take second, but he can't do it. Falls back down and we will have a tie-break over second position. Raga's result there also guarantees Tony Bow the victory, regardless of what he does in this section, but I'm sure he'll be competing for prize. Cabestan and Raga both failing 3 sections. Bow only missed an opportunity to capitalise on the near impossible section 2. And now sits 9 marks up on Raga and Cabestan. If Bow can make it through this section, it will draw the biggest cheer of the night. Bow never celebrates until he's completed all of the sections. So even though he secured victory after Raga and Cabestan failing section 6, Bow will not celebrate until he gets to the top here. The first step completed, but this is where both Raga and Cabestan fell back. The crowd urging him forward, he's made it. He's got to haul himself to the top now. Putting himself diagonally across the section to give himself the maximum possible run-up and the best possible traction. 1 mark has elapsed on time, but Tony Bow makes it to the top to celebrate in Austria. Victory by a significant margin, made more emphatic by his dramatic climax to the night. Bow didn't even need a result from that section 6, but he got it anyway. Another psychological blow to Adam Raga's championship bid. Now he takes on Albert Cabestan in the battle for second. It's a double-lane race, one of the most picturesque double-lane races of the season, in fact. A level start for Raga and Cabestan. Both looking for second here tonight as they skirt around the outside of the fountain. Albert Cabestan has a slight lead. Extends it at the turn. Raga slips down, foot down, and Raga is too far behind surely to recover from there. And that could be enough to give Albert Cabestan second. And what a favour that does for Tony Bow in the 2016 World Championship, as Albert Cabestan gets between the 2 title favourites to take second in Vienna Neustadt. Victory in the double-lane race gives Albert Cabestan his best result of the season and gives Tony Bow a significant championship advantage at the expense of Adam Raga. I made so many mistakes in the final. I rode well on the qualifying lap, but in the final I just didn't feel comfortable. A real shame because it makes the championship really tough. A very exciting end to the final, and actually it was exciting right from qualifying because Fuji put in a really good score on the first lap, which put us all under a lot of pressure to make the final on a day like today. In the final I think I rode well. It was a bit of a shame because the 5s that I suffered were by millimetres, and without them I could have challenged Tony. But anyway, I'm happy with second position, and now the gap to Gironi is quite significant. We still have Marseille to go, but in terms of the third position overall, we've made a good step forward today. We can leave Austria satisfied. We all suffered on the first lap getting through. It was difficult to open any margins, but the second lap was much more difficult, a bit like last year, where we could really make a difference. It was a very good trial and I'm very happy. I just have to thank Albert for getting in between us, which gives me such a big boost in such a short championship. But you saw how difficult it was to qualify today, and with Marseille still to come, this championship will be difficult to the finish. Albert Cabestan narrows the deficit to Adam Raga whilst opening a sizable advantage over the chasing pack in his battle for a championship podium. A second consecutive victory for Tony Bow gives him a leading margin for the first time in 2016 as he takes an 8-point lead from Austria, with Anna Raga restricted to third. Second place will now be enough for Bo to seal a 10th world title at the final round in Marseille. Bo is back in command.
If we look to the answer as to why for so many years we achieved so much, prospered as no other people on earth, it was because here in this land, we unleashed the energy and individual genius of man to a greater extent than has ever been done before. Freedom and the dignity of the individual have been